Hello, everyone. It's Friday evening here in Tallinn, Estonia. Okay, today I will discuss a topic that many people probably have, and that's how I got started with stock investing and how I made it my full time job. Okay, so I started stock investing when I was about 22 years old. And how it all began is I was in South America. I was a student and working down there from 20 until age 22. And I arrived back from South America and I was able to start working immediately. And I had also inherited some money. So I had funds to invest with, and my dad had always been big into like stock investments and kind of growing your money in the stock market. So from that point on, I immediately I was very interested starting in my teenage years in stock investing, but it wasn't until 22 and I had gotten back and had the money, so began immediately investing. In fact, one of my first stocks was Shopify. That was in 2015. And from that point on, I just got more and more into it. I practiced and I did a lot of research and learned all about the market. It was mostly focused on long-term investments, long-term holds, at least 6 months to a year usually. And this really got me kind of familiar with how the market works and how to look at trends and other important markers such as percentages and mental things to be aware of and to be used to if you're investing. Um, so after a few years, I got more into it and I started to, I would say, I was doing research and learning about it almost every day. And then in 2018, I had kind of a job change happen, and I at that point would say I was doing it full time, um, but I wasn't actually doing day trading. Now, in 2019, I had an e-commerce business at that time, and I was also looking at diversifying and doing something else because my e-commerce business wasn't generating a lot of income. Also, I was living in Europe at that time, like I still am, and I needed another source of good income. And knowing that I was pretty good with quantitative things and I was good with behavioral patterns and how to find good stocks, I thought day trading was the best way to help supplement my income. I didn't see it as something that would become my full time job. In springtime, I started kind of swing trading. It wasn't really day trading 100%, and I immediately had some great results. I was actually making more income from that than my e-commerce business was generating. At which point, I decided I was going to do it full time along with my e-commerce business, and um, I gradually eased into it. I didn't trade large sums of money, and I was just very much a student in the whole process and very patient in trying to learn. And I that carried me on until December of 2019, just a month ago or so. At which time I decided I was actually going to commit 100%, and I everything about my daily life now is on the markets and on day trading, and I'm doing some other big projects that will be you will hear about soon. And it's been a very cool process. I was able to apply much of my knowledge and make some very solid trades in December. And day trading is very much like being a merchant. It's instead of selling like physical goods, you're selling these virtual like items. It's very hard to imagine, but you're buying and selling constantly, day in and day out. And as I explain to people, there's always ways to find a profit in the market, because there's always stocks that are going to be up, there's always stocks that are down, but your main objective is to find good ones and buy low and sell high. It's just like a merchant, Monday through Friday. And it's a different way of thinking than long-term stock investing, but it's a very effective way to generate a great income, and it's worked for me. So hopefully you learned something here, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.